Hi everyone, let me show you how to take your client's hair from this to this. This client originally came to me 6 months ago. She wanted to do nanoplastia, but her hair was very stretchy and gummy from bleaching. So we recovered it with Botox and she came back 6 months later and she's ready for nanoplastia. Today we'll be using Sol. I parted her hair in 6 sections so I can have better access. Parting hair is very important so you can get every single strand and you don't get lost. In application, I am going to go ahead and take small strands, make sure I cover everything. I don't quite go on her scalp, but I go very close and I make sure I get all the sides as well. I also part in the middle of every strand and make sure I covered everything. With comb, you want to make sure you take excess product out. If you don't and you leave a whole lot of product out, and you will know if your hair is so spongy feeling, like there's a lot of product, it's not going to absorb well. During the process, your client may experience little tingling in your scalp, itching. That is absolutely fine as long as it's not burning. If it's burning for some reason, that means you accidentally applied on the scalp and you need to make sure that you wipe product off from scalp with towel. Taking small parts and making sure that you get all the sides is very important, because if you don't, it's not going to take and client is going to have some wave or curl at the end of the service. Hair should look something like this and she will process for maximum, which is an hour. You also want to make sure that you reapply throughout the process if the client gets dry. Hair have to be saturated at all times. At this point, I'm not going to wash anything off because client is very curly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bottle spray it. Water will stop the process and towel blot the hair. I want to make sure that I get into every single strand to stop the process. Her hair has to be soaked. That way we can wipe the excess with the towel. Towel blotting the hair over here and preparing for blow dry. Blow drying will take a while. Please be patient. The results will totally be worth it. I usually go and do a rough blow dry. I never use brush. I just kind of run my fingers through her hair and blow dry. Once the hair almost dry, I make sure I part it and take big sections and blow dry, making sure it's 100% dry. After you finish blow drying, hair should look something like this. Absolutely no frizz and just a curl. This case is a little bit tricky. As you can see, her length is still in a way damaged, so we're gonna work with 2 flat irons. I'm going to work with 450 at her root and 410 on her length. Who cannot get nanoplastia? If you see hair stretchy, which is you can perform a test, you wet the hair, completely soak it, and go on the length and start stretching the hair. If the hair is stretchy, they cannot get nanoplastia. They have to recover first. And that's where ultimate recovery Botox comes in. In a few months after that, if they take care of their hair at home, 99% of the time you will have no problem doing nanoplastia. As you can see, I'm going with a higher heat from her root to her midshaft. Her hair is fuller on top and lesser at the bottom, so I'm not going to touch length just yet. I'm going to go ahead and take about 3 tiny small strands. Make sure your strands are see-through, so that way you know you're distributing heat properly. You always want to test strand first and you want to go with the lower heat. If the hair taken well, you want to increase your heat. You don't always have to get to 450. Sometimes there's no need for it. For example, wavy hair, fine hair, 410 would be just fine. She's very curly on top, so I want to make sure that we 100% relax her hair. Leaving this much product on does create a lot of smoke. I assure you it's harmless. All the products are formaldehyde free. As you can see, my client is not wearing a mask, neither am I. There's no harm to your health, there's no bad smells, and no one's eyes are burning. Product is safe for pregnant and breastfeeding women. However, we do recommend checking with a doctor before. Here I'm taking all 3 strands and going with the 410. Her hair is taking 410 greatly. We start with 375 just to check and I increase to 410. I go about 8 to 10 times on the length. You want to make sure the hair is laying flat. Decreasing smoke lets you know that you close the cuticle, but rule of thumb, you want to go 8 to 10 times on the length. We are all done with the straightening part. I'm giving my client a little trim because it has been a while for her and I want to make sure that everything looks flawless. Here is your end result after straightening. Hair has to lay absolutely flat. There's no shine just yet. It's going to come after wash. Before you shampoo, you want to make sure that you rinse hair thoroughly. Water has to run clear. Leaving that much product on the hair is not very safe. That's why every single client of ours gets washed after. Also, that way they can see results right away and there's no surprises at home. I make sure I get everywhere, including on her forehead in a way, because if you accidentally apply product on their scalp, it may lead to dryness of their scalp if you don't rinse hair thoroughly and then shampoo. I'm using the Hair Surgeon shampoo from my line. Just after first time, it foams up very well. Shampoo has a small particles that exfoliate scalp and it's great for aftercare and for those who never got Nanoplastia or Botox. It leaves hair silky, soft, and keeps it clean longer. Again, as you can see, I'm trying to get absolutely everywhere and take the whole product off her hair. Make sure you get by the neck area as well. I'm rinsing out shampoo 100%. And then applying conditioner also from my line. I mix conditioner with 7 oils. 7 oils is a total care in one bottle. It has 2 oils and 5 butters. Each of them has its own job. I am rinsing conditioner and preparing client to see her result. In our salon, we blow dry at the end with absolutely no brush, so there's no tension, no pulling, nothing that can relax your hair. That way they can see exactly what they're going to be getting at home. Even though I know I relax her hair, I also like to double check myself always. As you can see, all of her roots are straight and so is the length. I'm going to go ahead and apply 7 oils again for extra nourishment. You want to apply 4 to 5 pumps at the ends first and then kind of stretch it towards mid-shaft. And here's complete results. My client was the happiest ever. All this weight and trust that she gave me was worth it. She recently visited me 2 months after treatment and she was so happy with her hair. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Bye!